Let's take a look at how things are going to change as we head through the upcoming weekend. We're still in for some inland heat. Here's the temperature palette for today, just representing the temperatures across California with various colors. And see the hottest readings, as usual, through the Central Valley, but backing up a little bit closer to inland parts of the Bay Area. Still mild at the coast and around the Bay. Let's jump to Monday's temperature representation. You see the even inland heat disappearing from the map, and the cool air at the coast starting to push farther and farther off to the east, which means we're going to be back to normal, maybe even below normal temperatures, especially by the end of next week. There is a cool down in store by the time we get to the 4th of July holiday. It's not here yet, though. We do have some warm to hot inland temperatures. Temperatures today in San Francisco topped out in the upper 60s once again, enough to bump up the average high so far this month to 62.8 degrees. It's still the 22nd coldest June to this point in June, to the first 27 days on record, and the coldest we've had since 1999. But temperatures are going to remain at least near average over the next few days. So I don't think we're going to be climbing that list in terms of the coldest Junes on record. But it's been a while since we've been this cool, this breezy, even for an already cool and breezy time of the year. Looking outside from the Mark Hopkins Hotel, seeing that fog starting to reform and stream through the Golden Gate. Temperatures still 90 in Santa Rosa and 94 degrees in Concord, just below 90 in Livermore. San Jose is back down to 80 degrees, and it's in the 60s in San Francisco and in Oakland, where the temperature in Oakland did get into the 70s earlier today. As we head through the rest of tonight, the fog is going to do its best to try to spread back out. Let's take a look at it on the local map here, and we're not going to see a lot of fog infiltrating into the inland valleys by early tomorrow morning. It's mainly going to be confined to the coast and right inside the bay, but even Bayside, you're not going to have to contend with a lot of it early Saturday morning. And at the coast, I think that fog is going to take a little bit of a break as we head towards late morning and early afternoon. So again, a little bit of sunshine. It's not going to help your temperatures out a lot. We are still going to be running near what's normal for this time of year, which means mostly low 60s at the coast. But once again, the inland temperatures warming up, and you can see that heat from the Central Valley backing up closer to us, especially into eastern Contra Costa and Alameda counties. Let's add some numbers to the map and take a look at where we're going to end up tomorrow. Into the upper half of the 80s in San Jose, a little warmer than today, with low 90s more likely for Los Gatos and Morgan Hill. Around the Bay, it'll be 60s in San Francisco, 70s in Oakland, but 80s for Fremont and Redwood City, and temperatures east of the Oakland Hills once again into the low to mid 90s on a widespread basis. Just those 60s at the coast, but the sunshine makes it feel a little bit warmer, right? Temperatures for the North Bay, well, anywhere from the mid 70s in San Rafael to the mid 80s in Petaluma and Santa Rosa to, once again, the low 90s around Healdsburg. So a wide variety of temperatures in store for us by tomorrow afternoon. Looking ahead as we go into the weekend, a lot going on around the Bay Area this weekend. Of course, the Pride Parade is happening on Sunday. At that point, it does look like the fog and low cloud cover is going to be back in place over San Francisco, so be prepared for typical June gloom, but there's going to be plenty of colors out there to make up for that. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast, which does now include the 4th of July, so we can take a look ahead to the next holiday. Temperatures are going to stay hot over the weekend inland and then warm Monday through Wednesday, but then backing down into the 70s inland by Thursday and Friday. Whenever it cools down to below average temperatures in July, you can bet that the marine layer is going to be pretty aggressive in terms of both its depth and how far inland it spreads, and that could have an impact on fireworks displays. We'll keep you updated on that, but it's the last day of the 7-day forecast, so we're not going to get too concerned about it just yet. Bayside temperatures go from the 70s to back down into the 60s by the 3rd and 4th of July. And coastal temperatures, well, after you stay in the low 60s, back to full fog by Thursday and Friday into the upper 50s for highs on, the 4th of July. Doesn't seem right.